paid program does not necessarily reflect the views of News Radio 830 KHVH, its staff, or management.
It's time to enter the world of real estate in Oahu with Hawaii's only true real estate radio show, the Team Lally Real Estate Show. Grab a pen and get ready to take notes. For the next full hour, Hawaii's premier real estate leader, ADRIENNE Lally, and ATTILIO Leonardi will bring you the latest in real estate news and real-world strategies on how they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and deadline you agree to, or they'll buy it. Now, here are your hosts, ADRIENNE and ATTILIO.
Welcome to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or We'll Buy It. If you have any real estate questions, you can reach us at 799-9596. That's 799-9596, or on the web at teamlally.com, and that's Lally.
Hey, everybody, this is Attilio. I was in Kaneohe, maybe like Ohuimano, just past Temple Valley, going down that street. You know, the one that's got all the Christmas lights? Mm-hmm. Anyway, driving down the street, this lady going slow, you know, so we can take a look at the lights, and the kids are enjoying it. And lady taps on the window. I roll the window down. She starts asking me a bunch of tax and legal questions. I say, those are great questions. Highly recommend you seek the appropriate licensed professional. And I said, but Mom, get in the car, please. We got to keep going. So if you hear anything on today's show that maybe that sounds like legal advice, hey, go run that past the attorneys. Anything that sounds like tax advice, go check it out with your CPA or tax accountant, because today we're realtors, and only for today, we're going to talk about real estate.
I think it's more than for today.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but today's quote is from Jim Rohn, and it's on experience. Take time to gather up the past so that you will be able to draw from your experiences and invest them in the future. Don't let the learning from your own experiences take too long. If you've been doing it wrong for the last 10 years, I would suggest that's long enough. Life is not just the passing of time. Life is the collection of experiences and their intensity. It's easy to carry the past as a burden instead of a school. It's easy to let it overwhelm you instead of educate you. Be like a sponge when it comes to each new experience. You want to be able to express it well. You must first be able to absorb it well. Be like a sponge.
Chris, you remember that? Steven, you remember that song? What was that? Miss Lomi, Lomi, Lomi? She get plenty. She's a cocktail waitress. Oh, yeah. She get plenty experience, but she no experience me. That's why when I was thinking of when you said experience, that song popped in my head. Mr. Sancho Lee. Okay.
All right.
Back to the real estate show.
All right. Do we have a success story today?
Yeah, we're going to talk about it's the thing that makes Superman weak, kryptonite. That's the one. I would say let's play that song for the whole, all the way through, but it's like 15 minutes long. Just give them the first words and then we'll fade out. Oh, what the? No. That's okay. We'll bring it at the end.
So back to our success story about Samara, kryptonite's brunettes. All right, so she was a recent buyer.
Wait. How come she has an alias?
Because she's a roller derby girl.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. She skates with Aloha City Rollers.
Aloha City Rollers kicks butt. They're good. They're awesome.
They're actually having a family fun skate night tonight in Mililani at the hockey rink over there.
Yes, and I saw a posting with Coach Handsome. He was eating like piles of food.
Yes, he's doing better now.
That is awesome and great news.
He couldn't eat for months.
Yeah. So, Coach Handsome, welcome back to the world of cheeseburgers.
He's got to come get a pie.
Yep.
All right. So, Kryptonite was a recent buyer, and we helped her and her husband get into their very first home. It was a townhome up in Makakilo. They were renting a first-floor condo with noisy children above. And whenever she had worked late at night and needed to sleep in, she would invite the noisy kids down to her unit and ask them to check out her new website, zipit.com.
She is now the proud owner of her own 2-story townhome. The only noisy child upstairs is her husband, who she can hip check to keep silent. When we visited her the other day to congratulate her, by the way, if you buy a home through us, what we do is we come visit you with a sign. It says, Team Lally welcomes so-and-so to the neighborhood. She shared an interesting insight with us. What was that?
So Kryptonite said it's actually cheaper for me to own than to rent.
So remember, folks, everybody makes a mortgage payment. And what's the difference?
That you can either make your own mortgage payment or you can make someone else's. So
which one do you want to make, yours or your landlord's?
That's right. So give us a call. You can call our buyer hotline.
Yeah, what's that number?
It's 234-4421.
Give it to them again. The pen just ran out of ink.
234-4421.
All right, this is the part where we talk about our learning story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was having dinner with my family. This story never gets old. It's timeless. We always, I think once a year I'll bring this story back. This is an actual true narrative of just one night at dinner with my kids. You know, I was having dinner with my family a couple of years back when somehow we got to talking about Superman and all his superpowers. Well, my son, Attilio Jr., he was 8 at the time, started rattling them off. Flying, he's bulletproof, he runs fast, super strength. And he says at the end, you know, Dad, Superman can hear a dog whistle. Well, my daughter, Isabella, 6 at the time, says, Dad, I didn't know dogs could whistle. So the point of the story is this. Whenever you hear something regarding real estate, make sure you fully comprehend the information at hand before making one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make. Make sure if you know whether you are talking about a low-frequency whistle that only dogs can hear or the impossible crazy notion that a dog could actually whistle, because those are two entirely different things.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to make that mistake, making the biggest decision of your life. One of them is choosing a realtor. What's 3 things that you should be asking a realtor if you're going to use them? They're going to help them with your biggest decision. What's 3 questions? One,
you want to ask them what their track record is.
Yeah, you know, I'm not going to get brain surgery from a guy that's just out of medical school. He can watch the senior surgeon and learn. I won't be his guinea pig. So don't be a realtor's guinea pig. Ask them how many closed, just real basic, and you can look it up. We can look it up for you. How many transactions did they close last year, and how many have they closed year to date? We're in a commission sales business. You're as good as your last transaction. Question number 2.
Do they have a team?
Do they have a team? There's so many things involved in getting a home's, helping someone buy a home and getting something sold. It's kind of like having a car built by the same guy walking down the assembly line.
It's important to be able to focus on your one thing.
Yeah, let the guy who's good at putting the doors on do that. Let the people that are good at putting the engine in do that. Same thing with the transaction. There's marketing of your property. There's what else? Getting it into escrow, negotiations.
Making sure the timeline is on time. You don't miss important steps during the escrow period.
We estimate there's over 400 steps in getting a home sold. And then when you're helping people buy, there's another 400 there. So we separate that too. Do we work with buyers?
No.
No, we have 4 full-time, super professional, awesome buyer agents.
Yes, and that's their focus.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they do.
They don't work with sellers. We don't work with buyers.
They don't do the escrow coordination.
Exactly. We have somebody to do that. We have a listing manager, marketing manager,
escrow
assistants, executive assistants, the whole 9 yards. All right.
And then the third thing is, are they full-time?
Are they full-time? When you call them up, are they going, hold on. Yeah, would you like cheese with that? If you hear them saying, would you like fries with that in the background while they're giving you your update for the week, they're not a full-time realtor.
Yep. So like half of the licensees here in Hawaii will sell
0 homes.
The other,
I think it's like 75, 80% of the other 50% is going to sell
like
between 5 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much 90% of the realtors are not making a living.
They got to have a full-time second job.
Yeah.
To survive here.
Yep.
And then there's the select few. I think 10% of the agents are doing
majority of the business.
90% of the business.
Yeah. So anyway, did you know Team Lally lists 2 to 4 homes per week? With the low inventory, it's crucial to have a head start. We have lots of homes in process. If you want to know more about our coming soon inventory, give our buyer hotline a call. Adrienne, what's that number?
It's 234-4421.
One more time.
234-4421.
And one of our, how many buyer agents? We do have 5 full-time buyer agents.
We do.
Yep. One on Maui, 4 here on Oahu.
That's right.
We'll be happy to serve you, or send us an email at
info at teamlally.com.
Yeah, I think we should go out to the break with this song. It's a classic. Because typically we take our break at 11:18. So I want to go with this song for the next 3 minutes.
No.
Yeah. What you want to talk about?
I think
Mr.
it's
Sancho
Lee, Mr. Sancho Lee, got plenty lychee. Got plenty lychee, but he no give to me.
And he's just a mean old pocket.
You've heard this song before?
no.
You gotta be kidding. How long you live in Oahu?
10 years.
10 years. You never heard this song. That's it. We're just playing the whole thing then. You've heard it? First time? No.
But he no
Gives to me.
and he's just a mean old howling. Mr. Maximo Concepcion, Mr. Concepcion.
What'd he get?
Got plenty fighting chicken.
Oh, fighting chicken.
Got plenty fighting chicken. But he no give to me. And he's just a
People are tuning in. They're like,
old Pilafino.
this is awesome.
No, they're like, isn't this supposed to be a real estate show?
You know, but a real estate show is about people, and this song is about the different kinds of
Mr.
people.
Kazu
Yes.
Tanaka. Mr. Kazu
Okay.
Tanaka.
Get plenty.
Camera
Plenty
supply. Electronic
camera.
equipment. Camera supply.
A little stereotypical, but that's okay.
And he's just a mean old Kepani man. Miss Momelo.
There we go. We can go out on this one.
Got plenty experience.
Hey, your friend Sean Hannity, and I can tell you firsthand from moving across this great country that bad advice from your real estate agent can cost you time and a whole lot of money. You, however, have a great team of great Americans right there in your backyard that puts their money where their mouths are and takes the stress out of selling a home. I'm talking about ADRIENNE Lally and ATTILIO Leonardi of Team Lally at Keller Williams Realty. They have a system for attracting buyers that's so effective they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and a deadline that you agree to, or will have it bought for cash. Now, how can they do this? Simple. The average realtor sells less than 10 homes a year and attracts a handful of buyers a month. Now, ADRIENNE and ATTILIO spend thousands of dollars every month to attract hundreds of buyers and help sell your home for 18% more money than the traditional agent. Now, they are so confident that you'll be happy, they also offer you a one-day listing agreement. Now, if they don't live up to their guarantees, they let you out of the contract. No questions asked. ADRIENNE and ATTILIO outsell 99% of the agents in Hawaii by targeting both local and out-of-state buyers. Call the agents that I personally recommend. That's ADRIENNE Lally and ATTILIO Leonardi of Team Lally at Keller Williams Realty at 799-9596. That's 799-9596. Or online at guaranteedsale.com.
Are you a veteran interested in purchasing a home? If so, you qualify for the great benefits allowed by the VA Home Loans Program. Benefits like no down payment required, reduced closing costs, and flexible qualifying guidelines.
Hawaii VA Loans is Hawaii's VA loan specialist who can educate you on all these benefits and help you get on track with being pre-approved for a VA loan.
For more information on how you can tap into this great resource, go to hawaiivaloans.com to download their free 24-page ebook. As a special bonus, after downloading the informative guide, you'll be instructed on how you can earn $1,000 closing cost credit on your next home purchase.
So what are you waiting for? Get your free VA loan ebook and earn $1,000 closing credit by going to hawaiivaloans.com or give them a call at 792-4251. That's 792-4251.
When you're trying to find the best, don't settle for an agent that's just like the rest. Pick a team that knows just what to do. From buying or selling, we work hard for you. Team Lally, the best real estate in the islands. 227-2703.
If you're looking for an outstanding insurance agent that will personally help you during the moment of truth, we recommend Bradley Maruyama with Allstate Insurance.
So, Attilio, what do you mean by the moment of truth?
Well, the best insurance is the insurance you never have to use, but we know that's not how life works. So when life happens, you can count on Bradley and his team to exceed your expectations for your insurance needs.
Keep in mind that when buying a home, the cost of home insurance should be taken into consideration. I trust Bradley with my own personal home, so you should give him a call. Call Bradley with Allstate Insurance at 591-8016. Welcome back, and thanks for listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or We'll Buy It. I'm Adrienne.
And I'm Attilio.
And we're talking about real estate today.
All right, so this is the part where we welcome our guests.
Oh, and he's not arrived yet. He's on his way.
He's tying up his horse.
Yes.
Making sure it's watered, got some oats. Mm-hmm. Taking off his spurs, because we tell him no spurs in the studio. And or when using the toilet.
Ew.
That was on the, it says don't use the bathroom with your spurs on. That was at this dude ranch. It was posted on the wall.
It's important to know.
Yeah, it's good. Cowboy safety. It's always important. You know why? Because his name's Duke.
That's right. Duke KIMHAN.
Duke KIMHAN. If you're listening, call in so we can talk about property management.
That's right. The number's
Did you text him?
I did.
All right.
It's 521-8383.
He's right now. He's like, what was the number again? I lost the number. 521-8383. All right. So we have.
While we're waiting for Duke,
we can talk about our topic: 4 soothing insights for anxious first-time buyers.
Yes.
You're a first-time buyer, or you know somebody who's going to be a first-time buyer. You're wondering, do we have the skill sets to be able to handle their situation and reduce their anxiety? Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about anxiety. Anxiety is an autonomic nervous system response that is hardwired into every human being. I did not know that. Mm-hmm. It's part of our instinctive reaction to sensing danger or threat in the wild. You know, gets kind of crazy in that Walmart parking lot. In the wild world of real estate is no exception. Of course, buying a home doesn't involve an actual physical threat like lions or tigers or bears or that stay-at-home mom going for the $2 CD player at Walmart. But during the home buying process, it's not bizarre to feel like your dream home, your precious financial resources, your vision of your family's future, or your best interests are being threatened.
These anxiety-inducing predators range from the dangers of bad decisions, hidden home condition problems, and the other buyers who are bidding on your dream home. As with the threat in the wild, anxiety can cause a normally calm home buyer to have a fight or flight response, making panic decisions or freezing entirely up, both of which deprive you of your most deliberate, wise decision-making power. If you're experiencing low-grade anxiety about your first home purchase, that's probably a sign that you take it seriously and that you understand the importance of the matter.
But if your anxiety is rising to the level that causes you to panic or paralysis, those reactions actually pose a bigger threat to your smart decision-making than any actual threat you'll encounter in the wilds of the real estate market. This is what we should have, Steven. You got to have like jungle noises. Do you have jungle noises? The wild jungles of real estate. Okay, so number one.
All right. Number one is that it only takes one.
One is the loneliest number. Wait, what is it? It only takes one and?
Yes. House hunting is daunting by dint of the sheer magnitude of the numbers involved. All the specs and characteristics of the home, all the decisions you have to make, all the documents you have to provide just to get pre-approved. All those homes on the markets and then the buyers you have to bid against. And of course, there's all those zeros on the purchase price itself, probably more than there were at the end of any other purchase that you've ever made. So this is the biggest financial decision.
That's the jungle crazy noise?
That sounds kind of soothing.
It's too soothing. It's relaxing. I want to hear like lions and tigers and monkeys and chimpanzees.
All right. But here's a soothing number you can focus on. 1. You only need to find one house that fits with your family, your future, and your finances. and millions of home buyers before you who've been able to do just that. The challenge ahead of you is to highly doable task of narrowing down all of those numbers to the one and just the right fit. If you find a home you love, but the sellers want dramatically more for it than you can afford, or it turns out that you have some fatal flaw, it's not a panic-worthy disaster. It's just not the one home.
Yeah, so one of the things we tell our clients is, you know what? Whoa. Is that the wiles of the train terminal? What's that? But anyway, I think, do we have Duke on the line? All right, so we're going to bring Duke on here a little bit, but I'll leave you guys with this thought. This is what we tell our buyers. When you go out to look for homes, keep in mind, you don't have to go look at 50 homes. And be prepared for the fact that if our buyer agents are doing their jobs, which they do very well, in determining what your needs are, you may find the home of your dreams on the very first visit. Don't be surprised. A lot of people will say, well, I'm just looking. And what happens when you come back around? What's up with that house, Adrienne?
It's already gone.
It's gone.
It's been taken.
It's in a seller's market. So be confident, be decisive, do a buyer's consultation with our buyers. And now to Duke. And what we're going to talk about with Duke?
Hello, Duke. Thank you for calling in today.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
All right, so Duke, tell us what is your part here with Team Lally?
I am the head of the property management division with Team Lally in Keller Williams, Honolulu.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what differentiates
the property management that we do.
We're full service, and we take the client from step 1 to step 10. In the meantime, if you are a off-island owner, you don't have to worry about anything when you turn over your property to a property manager. And there is a law that states that if you are an off-island owner, you have to have a local on-island representative.
Yes.
And we can be your representative.
Yes. I always tell people there's 2 times when you're glad you have a property manager. One, and hopefully these are far and few between, when you got to go evict somebody. But again, the process that you use, I know that minimizes that. It's not 100% eliminate that. Nobody can give that guarantee, but it minimizes it greatly. Number 2, it's the phone call on Super Bowl Sunday that the toilet's plugged up. That's when you're glad you have a property manager.
Our service is online now. I think that the way technology has made it, it's made conveniences like calling into your property manager as easy as going onto our property management website and filing a work order or paying your rent.
Yeah. I think, you become the easy button, right? For tenants as well as owners. And making the
one-stop shop, we do background checks, credit checks, and we make sure that the tenant that we put in there is going to be long-term. Yeah. For both parties.
I was thinking too on I know they're going to give a couple references, but maybe we don't necessarily need to do it on all of them, but maybe we will. But maybe on those references, we should go 3 deep.
Yeah.
And Shonda can do that.
Is a great rule where you call the reference and you ask the reference to give a reference and then a reference to give a reference on that person you're calling on. Yeah, give somebody a person and you go 3 deep. Because what if the one reference that they give, it's 3 different phone numbers going back to the same guy who's good at impersonations? So you call a number the first time, like, hello, yes, no, these guys are awesome. You call them again, hello, yeah, these guys were great renters. And it's the same guy. Not only are we in a seller's market, but we're in a renter's market.
Yes, very tight.
It's very, very competitive to find a good rental.
Okay.
So, like, how many tenants on average are you having apply for each rental?
Well, the units and homes that allow pets have 3 times the amount of calls that the units that do not allow pets. So because it's so hard to find. Let's talk about that. How do you pet proof your property? Well, one thing about pet proofing your property, I tell owners is please don't have carpet. No carpet. Right. Stainless steel floors. Right. Another thing is the amount of stairs that a pet has to go up and down. That really adds to the amount of wear and tear on your property. Yeah. And have a yard outside where the pet can go and roam and take out their energies and aggressions.
Now, there's been some recent changes with pets and deposits here in Hawaii. Can you share with us?
Yeah, what's going on with that?
The last 5 years, the Honolulu Board of Realtors have made recommendations to the Real Estate Commission to allow Hawaii, as a general, to allow a pet deposit in addition to a security deposit. Mm-hmm. It cannot be more than 1 month's rent in addition. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times in the mainland, you have first, last, and security. Well, in Hawaii now, you have first, security, and pet deposit. Mm-hmm.
What's the guidelines for a pet deposit? You can charge $5,000 for a pet deposit, or?
You can only charge up to 1 month's maximum rent for a security deposit.
Okay.
So with all of these people that are applying, I know that you're super picky about who you put in the property. I mean, I've seen that like you try and pick the tenant that's going to give the least amount of wear and tear.
Right. I had a phone call today that was just perfect pertaining to this pet deposit. He called me from South Carolina. Uh-huh. He was an enlisted officer that had 2 dogs. Mm-hmm. He was PCSing to Hawaii, and he begged me to take his 2 dogs because he said he's tried over 100 units on Craigslist. Yep. And nobody would take 2 of his large dogs.
Wow.
The other thing that people got to keep in mind is that owner may allow, because I've seen this happen. We've come across this. The owner may say, yeah, you can put your miniature pony in there. We don't mind. But then they may be in a condo or an association that doesn't allow pets.
Right. Mm-hmm. Or a certain breed.
Yeah. Or like weight, right? Does some of them go by weight, have a weight max?
Yep. Exactly. A lot of them in the high rises do not allow over 20 to 25 pounds.
Yeah.
So there's property management is not as easy as it used to be, where you can just let your cousin stay in your unit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and you collect rent.
I don't know about you, but UH Law School, they're kicking attorneys out every year, graduating them. More and more attorneys out there. So that translates into, bottom line, I'm joking about it, but we do have a very litigious society. Mm-hmm. And things to keep in mind with your tenants. Again, I'm not an attorney, not providing legal advice, but my understanding is if they win in a lawsuit against you, it's triple
damages.
Triple damages, 3 times.
Right.
So that can get pricey.
So a lot of times when you go to evict people these days, you have to go to civil court. Mm-hmm. And it takes a couple of visits down there, and then you have to serve them a 5-day letter. And there's a procedure that the DCCA and the Landlord-Tenant Code specifically adhere to.
Yes.
And they strictly adhere to it, and the court will ask you if you follow those guidelines. Uh-huh. So if you're going to be a landlord, please be aware that you can find these rules and regulations under hawaii.gov. Under the Landlord-Tenant Code. It's 28 pages, and it's very, very specific. Mm-hmm.
So if you don't want to be an expert, you can hire an expert?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's that number? What's the best
What's our rental hotline number?
455-9223.
One more time?
445-9223.
445-9223. 9223.
All right, you want to go to a quick break for the news, and then we have some more questions for you, Duke.
Yeah, Duke, can you hang out?
Sure.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
It's 81 degrees and mostly cloudy in Honolulu. I'm Julia Norton-Dennis in the Clear Channel News Center. A Texas man has been sentenced to death for killing his children's babysitter to prevent her from testifying that he raped her. Franklin Davis admitted in court to killing 16-year-old Shania Gray, describing how he lured her into his car outside her school, shot her and dumped her body in a river. But he said he killed her out of revenge and hatred, not to obstruct the sexual assault case that was nearing trial. A Dallas jury convicted Davis of capital murder Tuesday. Authorities in Florida have found what they believe is the body of a man who fell out of a private plane. This discovery comes on day 3 of a land and sea search that included parts of Atlantic Ocean near Miami. The Federal Aviation Administration officials say the plane was flying at about 2,000 feet Thursday when the pilot told an air traffic controller that a door was open and a passenger had fallen out. Mayor Kirk Caldwell, city officials, and urban planning consultants are leading a symposium today on transit-oriented development in Honolulu and efforts to make local neighborhoods more walkable and user-friendly without cars. You can give your input until 2:30 p.m. at the Neil Blaisdell Center. Damien school students are collecting non-perishable food for the victims of Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines today until noon. Just drop off your canned goods at the collection site in the school's parking lot. The donations will be packed by the students and shipped by Matson Navigation Company to Tacloban, one of the hardest hit areas. Prosecutors charged a Waikiki woman yesterday with assault and other charges after an attack on a 51-year-old man Thursday. Police say 61-year-old Formosa Reeves assaulted the victim with a dangerous instrument, also threatened him with a knife. Bail is $50,000. Sunny with a high in the 80s tonight, mostly clear with a low near 70, and tomorrow mostly sunny. Currently in Honolulu, it is 81 degrees.
When you're trying to find the best of the best, don't settle for an agent that's just like the rest. Pick a team that knows just what to do. From buying or selling, we work hard for you. Team Lally, the best real estate in the islands. 227-2703.
Hey, Adrienne, I was thinking about buying an investment property and renting it out myself. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
Really?
No.
What? Why not?
Did you know that Hawaii law favors the tenant?
Really?
Yes, and if you end up in court and the tenant wins, you may be liable for triple damages.
Oh, no, I feel like Mr. Bill.
What I recommend you do is give Team Lally Property Management a call.
Why is that?
We have a guaranteed rent program.
Oh, really? What does that mean?
If we don't lease your home in 60 days, we'll pay the rent.
No way. If you don't lease my home in 60 days, you'll pay my rent?
Yes, if we don't lease your home in 60 days, we will pay the rent.
So, for more details, should I go to rentguaranteed.com?
Yes, that's rentguaranteed.com.
Or you can also call 445-9223. That's 445-9223. That's 445-9223. I hate those commercials that keep repeating the number. What's that number?
445-9223.
Oh, yeah, 445-9223.
In every real estate transaction, there is a virtual silent partner, the escrow company. They're there to make certain that the transaction keeps on track and that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
We like working with Hawaii Escrow and Title. They close our transactions on time with professionalism and aloha. We're happy to recommend Hawaii Escrow and Title for any escrow and title services, providing Hawaii's community with exceptional escrow and title services since 1972.
Check them out on the web at hetinc.com. That's hetinc.com.
Hey, listen, are you confused, maybe even frightened when thinking about real estate? Well, here's a unique proposition. It's from Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally, Keller Williams. You know, Adrienne and Attilio, they offer a no-obligation guarantee. If they have not done their job, you're free to get out of your contract. You're not going to want to, though, because they'll sit down with you, establish a price and deadline to sell your home, and if the deadline passes and the home isn't sold, they're going to buy your home. Just listen to this. This is Ocean Point in Eva Beach. Adrienne listed the home, and 4 days later, before it was even shown physically to anyone, she had a full price offer. Now, how has this happened? Because the team provided a video tour through the home, not just some slideshow, but an actual video tour. And the video tour told the buyers all they needed to know. Sellers love these guys. So working with Adrienne and Attilio doesn't obligate you to anything. If they're not doing their job, they're going to let you out of your contract, and they'll do it free and clear. So why not call the only agent willing to earn your business every single day? Team Lally, 855-KHVH-830. That's 855-KHVH-830 or online at guaranteedsale.com. That's guaranteedsale.com, and start your packing now.
Party people!
Welcome back, and thanks for listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or We'll Buy It. And I'm Adrienne.
And I'm Attilio.
And we're talking about property management today with Duke KIMHAN.
Yeah, so we were talking about the pet deposits, pet-proofing your home. and all those wonderful topics that come to do with property management. What's some other key things that landlords should know about? Duke?
Duke, are you there? Do we lose him?
Well, Adrienne, one of the things that property managers should be aware, property owners should be aware of, is that you need to go tap on Steven's shoulder and let him know that Duke's not on the line. Duke, are you there?
I think he's there, but I think that Steven needs to put him back on.
Steven's got to go press some button to put Duke back on.
There he is.
All right.
Hello.
Hi, Duke.
I can hear you guys.
Could you hear when we were saying hello, hello, hello? Could you hear us? I'm just curious if you can.
Oh, I was just talking away. You asked me what else they could do to rental-proof their properties. And
okay, start over because no one can hear you.
So again, pet-proofing the property. Recap what we just talked about before the break.
Well, one of the biggest reasons for pet-proofing your property when you go to rent it, a lot of people turn over their property to a property manager and they have carpet in it. Mm-hmm. Another thing is they leave personal items in there and expect them to be in the same condition when they return.
Yeah. What kind of personal items?
Dishes, things that they don't want to take with them.
Yep.
Or they leave cleaning items or things in their garage. And I'm not responsible for that as a property manager. You really don't know what's going to happen. Another thing that people do is they leave unattended maintenance in their house incomplete. So it's left on the property manager to figure out what the owner is going to do. So when we do a walk around and a walkthrough, I try to eliminate a lot of these open-ended questions that'll come up later with the owner.
Yeah. I think it's important too to have the property in good shape, because when you go do you do that walkthrough when they go in, and then when you go to do the deposit walkthrough at the end, they're like, "Oh, that was that way when I moved in."
Right.
So I'm sure.
So a lot of times now I take pictures.
Yep.
Yeah.
When we walk around initially, I know we have a really nice video tour and picture tour that we're giving to people even on the rental side. So, Attilio, you're doing a great job with that too.
Yeah, I'll tell people that's a big difference with ours. Is it is a tight rental market, but we're still going to do a video tour of your property, even though we're going to get a pile of phone calls, because one, it's going to draw more attention, maybe get a higher caliber renter for you. Number two, it's documentation of the condition of the property.
Yes,
exactly.
So important.
So could you share with us a recent success story? You had a couple of them there in Spinnaker Place that were they were challenges that, in my opinion.
Yeah, don't use any names to protect the innocent, but so we can just talk all stink about the property, but it was like crazy, nasty, dirty, and it was a relative, and they had dogs, and the dogs pretty much, the house was their chew toy, is what comes to my mind.
Yeah, I think back when the yard started off with grass, and then it finished with dirt all over the sides of the walls and everything. But that's a nightmare for an owner to rent their units out to their relatives, and then their relatives not take care of it. So it's really hard to enforce. It's also almost impossible emotionally to evict them. Mm-hmm. And it's just a bad situation. But if the owner would have had a property manager between her and her relatives, it would have been a lot easier.
Yeah, because there would have been some accountability there. And,
sure. There's been no emotion, I think.
Yeah.
And so, dogs can do a big bit of damage. And in fact, what's funny is both of these units had relatives with dogs living in the units, and they absolutely tore the units up.
Yeah, and so you guys understand the relationship. You're thinking, oh, this is my family. They're going to take care. One was a mom, and one was a brother.
Yeah, so it was like close family relatives.
Yeah.
So
I mean, those are worst case scenarios where you don't have a property manager between you and your family.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good stories out there where people have been with us for 6 and 7 years.
Yes.
Renting out their properties. Some of these people are PCS'd off the island and hoping to return to their home someday back in Hawaii.
One of the things the advice I give to people is with investment property is assume or have a little bit of an emotional detachment. A lot of people get all upset when they come back to the property. I'm like, hey, you rented it out. They were making your mortgage payment. You're gaining equity. You had write-offs. Mm-hmm. It was a business at that point. Don't worry about it. You can repaint.
It's all fixable.
It's all fixable. There's no tenant in the world, or they're very rare, is ever going to take care of a place like an owner will.
So speaking of fixable, Duke and his whole crew totally fix both of those Chu-Toy
townhomes.
homes.
It's very, very sad, but yeah, we had to work extremely hard to get those back in shape to get back on the market. But in a 2-week turnaround, we were able to do that. So very good success stories, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that, that also differentiates us is just the ability to go ahead and do that for our owners, especially when they're off island or maybe they're low on cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, when anybody thinks that they could do that on their own, just our cleaning crew with 2 to 3 ladies working 6 days a week, they put in over 70 hours of cleaning in one of the units.
Yeah, and
so,
who's got time for that? Right?
When you put that to an hourly rate on what it's going to cost you and your time as an owner, I don't know if a lot of people have the patience to do that.
Patience and or the ability to do it, because you're going to have to take off work. I don't know anybody, unless you don't sleep, you work all day and then clean your property all night. Mm-hmm. So I think the key is getting us in there to manage it from the beginning and making it a turnkey operation. I mean, Adrienne and I, that's the one thing we're doing is just having our own properties managed by this situation, because even as licensed realtors, we can do that, but we're getting away from that. We don't want to do that.
A lot of the other realtors are now bringing me into the loop to talk to their investment clients on what the potential is and what the potential downfall is to buying a unit in Hawaii and having it rented out and coming, 2 weeks out of the year where our normal investment market goes.
Yeah.
So it's a really good deal to know what the potential of your investment is going to be.
So for a free rental analysis or property management analysis of your property, what's the number they should call?
445-9223.
One more time?
445-9223.
9223.
Okay, well, thanks so much, Duke, for calling in. You have a
great
rest of your weekend.
Yes.
All right. Aloha, guys.
All right, and we're going to take a quick break, but don't go too far. We have some open houses to talk about when we come back from our break.
Yes.
Hi, it's Colin Coward. You've heard me say losers make excuses and champions find a way to win every time. If you need to sell your home right here in Honolulu, you've got real estate agents who operate in a whole different league. My friends, ADRIENNE, Lally, and ATTILIO Leonardi of Team Lally Keller Williams. Those guys make the selling process look easy because they sell 27 times more homes than the average agent and spend thousands of marketing dollars, attracting hundreds of buyers. Because of that, ADRIENNE and ATTILIO guarantee that if they can't sell your home at a price and deadline you agreed to, they'll buy your home. They'll buy yours, no risk. And if at any point you're not happy, they'll let you fire them and you're free to go. But that's not going to happen. There's only one phone call I would make. It would be to ADRIENNE Lally and ATTILIO Leonardi. Write the number down, 799-9596. 799-9596. Or online at guaranteedsale.com. That's guaranteedsale.com.
Hawaii is one of the most beautiful places to live with our gorgeous weather and perfect tropical climate. It's the ultimate paradise.
However, pests love living here just as much as we do. Pests like cockroaches, termites, ants, and even rodents thrive within our very own homes.
Ew! Keeping them out is important for the safety of your family as well as the structural integrity of your home.
Let KIMHAN Termite and Pest Control keep your home clear of these unwanted pests.
They offer smart, reasonable, and effective programs for your property. With more than 30 years of experience, let the KIMHAN team protect your investment.
Call them today for a free estimate at 591-9997. Again, that's 591-9997. One of the things we recommend to get the most value in regards to getting your home ready for sale is a professional cleaning, and the cleaning company we recommend is Spots Cleaning and Maintenance.
Give Flo a call at 383-5843. They are licensed and insured and can do residential and commercial cleaning.
Look, folks, I'm a certified clean freak. Just ask my beautiful wife, Regina. This is the only company I trust to clean my own properties. We recommend Fidelity National Title Insurance Company for your next real estate transaction.
Through its nationwide network of direct operations and agents, Fidelity National Title provides title insurance, underwriting, escrow, and closing services to consumers.
Check them out at fidelitynationaltitle.com or fntic.com.
Welcome back. This is Adrienne.
And this is Attilio.
And you're listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any questions regarding real estate, give us a call at 799-9596. That's 799-9596. Or visit us on the web at teamlally.com, and that's LALLY.
Well, hey, let's get straight to it. We've got Abby on the line. Abby, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hello.
All right. So share with us what's going on with your open house.
Okay, so I do have an open house today. This is going to be in Waipahu at Hahana Street, 94-1086, unit number 108. So this house is really big. It's really beautiful. It has over 1,900 of square footage. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Inside the house, there's a nice big open floor plan with new kitchen, appliances, has some stainless steel appliances, has a granite countertops, and there's also a hot tub in the backyard.
Nice. And this is over at the Renaissance neighborhood.
Renaissance. And I forgot to mention it's listed for $649, so it's a good deal.
Yeah, I think the last one of that same model sold for like $680. So
wow,
like instant equity.
What's the street? What's the street it's on again?
Hahana Street.
Hahana.
That's $649. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, and you're going to be open today. From what time?
From 2 o'clock to 5. So please come down and see me.
Absolutely. And then, do you have any other open houses?
And I have another one tomorrow.
Okay.
At this is going to be at Lucchini Place in Eva Beach. It's inside a gated community of Huilani.
Okay.
So this one is a 4 bedroom, 2 bath as well. Also big, has about same over 1,900 square foot living space. This one has a really big master bedroom. Has a large walk-in closet. There's a lot of upgrades to this house too. There's some stainless steel appliances, lighting fixtures, new carpet, ceiling fans. And also some maintenance fees that covers water, sewer, termite control, pool, and fitness center.
Yeah, and they have a nice fitness center. So I want to create a memory hook for people. You know, you have your friend, her name is Lani, and you see her like across the road. You go, Hui, Lani. So the gated community is called Hui Lani.
Hui Lani. Yeah.
Hui Lani.
Please come down tomorrow. Open house at 2 to 5 p.m.
And this one, we just did a price adjustment. We're at $590,000.
And my understanding, and this is the at this point in time, this is the only single-family gated community in Eva Beach.
Yes.
Yep. So go and visit Abby today and tomorrow. She'll be in Waipahu today, and then tomorrow in Eva Beach.
Yeah, the Renaissance one. If people can have an understanding of where it's located, it's between the freeway and right above the Filipino Community Center. Really nice part. Very convenient to the freeway and Waikele shopping and all of that. So that's a nice little neighborhood. Oh, right behind is an empty field. There's no neighbor behind you. So it's nice. A perimeter lot.
Yep. All right. And then if you have any questions, you can call the buyer hotline at 234-4421. That's 234-4421. And any one of our 4 full-time buyer specialists can direct you to the open house.
I know we've got video tours on both of those, so check out teamlally.com. That's LALLY, and you see a video tour.
Okay, well, thanks so much, Abby, for calling in and sharing your open houses.
We appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Alrighty. All right, now we have Kaylin. Is Kaylin on the line?
Happy Saturday, you guys. I am here.
Hello.
Thanks, Kaylin. So tell us about your open house.
It is going to be today, Saturday. Come by and see me. I'm going to be in Lower Makakilo, 92632 A'ahuali'i Street. So it's in the Lower Makakilo area, A'ahuali'i Street. I'm sitting a single-family, 3-bed, 2-bath home under $500,000. We're actually listed at $499. Interior, we're looking at about 1,140 square feet. Nice upgraded bamboo flooring, and the total lot is a little over $6,000. And there's no HOA maintenance fees on this property, so really nice price point.
And there's also no neighbors behind.
Yeah, I don't know if it's preserve or agriculture, but you have your cows.
You got the cows.
You got the cows and the mesquite trees. I don't know, they're not mesquite trees. There's some kind of tree anyway. Kiave trees, that's what they are.
And there's awesome views from this home, like right from the living room.
Yeah, and the living room's got the 2 big windows. You can pretty much see all the way to Diamond Head.
Mm-hmm.
And from the back patio, it's got a nice little narrow shot of the ocean.
Yep.
And you can just kind of relax back there. They got a nice lot of pavers down in that back lanai, little water feature. Really nice place to hang out.
I think it's a great price point. You know, you're under $500,000. There's no maintenance fees, and being on the lower Makakilo, you know, it's cooler, but yet, you know, you're saving your brakes a little bit, not having to go all the way up the hill. So I think it's prime. But come by, I'll be there 2 to 5 o'clock today, Saturday. And
you mentioned a very important point. When buying a home at the top of Makakilo, you must include the cost of brakes for your automobile. You know, my wife and I, we go up on Wednesdays, and when we're coming down the hill, that's what we always smell is everybody's brakes as they're going onto the freeway.
So save your brakes and go visit Kaylin today from 2 to 5 in Lower Makakilo.
As you're going up Makakilo Drive, her signs will take you to the left.
That's right.
That's right. Absolutely. I'll be there 2 to 5, and this is also not a short sale, so it's a conventional sale. You can close by the end of the year. It's not too late, so come by and see me.
Okay.
Yeah. Get into escrow now. Have your New Year's Eve party in your own home.
That's right.
That's right. Absolutely. I can help you do that.
All right. Thank you, Kaylin.
Okay, you guys have a good weekend.
You too.
That was Kaylin Kim Walker. She's so nice they named her twice. Kaylin Kim Walker.
Yes. All right, so we have a couple more minutes before our show is over. Did you want to go over these anxieties, or do we have a community event?
Do we have a community event? There's always things going on in the community, but no, let's finish off with those anxiety thingies.
The anxieties of the buyers, or the first-time home buyers.
I think, what did we hit?
The first one.
The first one?
Yes.
All right. Here, you know what? The bullet points are good ones.
Okay, so you're the boss of you.
No, I'm the boss of you.
No, you are the boss of you.
No, your realtor is the boss of you.
No, I'm the boss of me.
No, you are the boss of yourself. So, so here's a couple of bullet points we're going to run through. Run your own personal budget and determine the maximum amount you can afford to spend on housing. So, you know what that means? It doesn't matter if you're qualified for $500,000 and your mortgage payments say $3,200. If you want to spend $2,800, $2,500, then that's your budget.
Doesn't matter what you're qualified for. It's what are you comfortable paying
per month.
That's right. It is build your own team of advisors that work with you and for you, including real estate and mortgage pros, a financial planner, lawyer, and or tax advisor.
Have your realtor be part of a team, because unless they're have multiple personalities, you only get one realtor with one realtor who's a solo.
That's right. But like with these advisors, we also have
recommendations.
We have recommendations. We have a whole business directory of advisors that we personally use and recommend. So you can find that on our website under our business directory and business partners.
And you know what's important? Craft your own vision for your life after you buy your home and use it as a tool to ensure you don't buy a home you'll regret later.
No buyer's regrets. All right. So next is to research the neighborhoods, cities, and even states and the various factors that will impact their future prosperity.
Prosperity?
Yes. So
future prosperity prospects?
Yes.
That's a long
that's a lot of P's.
Well, let's make again, what do we recommend clients do when looking at a home?
You want to research the neighborhood. You want to go drive. They want to drive by it during the morning, the afternoon, the weekends, and the evenings. They want to see what are their neighbors really like.
You know, I'm not real big on looking up like crime statistics and stuff like that. I mean, in the reality of it is media portrays that crime is so bad. But actually, since the 70s, the crime rate nationwide has actually dropped. It's not as bad as people think.
You can actually go talk to the neighbors and ask them.
Go talk. There's always going to be, you always got that one Uncle Willie out there. They know everything about everything that's going on in your neighborhood. You'll find them within 5 doors of that home. I guarantee you there's somebody like that. What else we got on here?
We're coming to the end of our show.
Oh,
so we're going to have to
do that part.
We'll finish this next week.
Yes.
So thank you for listening, and thank you to our sponsors.
Denise Kaehu with Hawaii Escrow and Title.
Gabe Ame and Jim Owens with Hawaii VA Loans and Home Loan Financial.
Mike Metz with Kamai and Termite and Pest Control.
Bradley Moriyama with Allstate Insurance.
Flo and Frank with Spots Cleaning and Maintenance.
Matt Fortier of Fidelity National Title and Escrow of Hawaii.
If you want to get a hold of any of our sponsors, just go to teamlally.com and check out our business partner page under our links section.
We want to give a big thank you to Steven, our producer here in the studio.
Chee-hoo.
And make sure to tune in next week. We're going to have an awesome guest talking about something that will change your life forever.
This is the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the guaranteed
Soul Program. If we you can't sell your home at the agreed upon price standard time frame, we'll have it bought for cash.
Thanks and aloha!
News Radio 830, KHVH Honolulu. Available anywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app.
Well upgraded.
Download it now.
The Philippines in times